Hi friends and welcome to Viktors Reality. Today we have another versus video on the Gigabyte M28U versus the LG 27GP950. Both are 4K 144Hz monitors, here with the specifications of the M28U at 90 to 94% of the DCI-P3 color coverage. I say 94 because Gigabyte says 94, but it is an Innolux panel that is rated at 90%, versus LG's 98% with an LG Nano IPS display, and we have ratings sustained full screen brightness levels and contrast ratio with the M28U at 294 versus LG's 406 in full screen sustained brightness, and again versus the M28U's 1224 to 1 contrast ratio versus LG's 1171 to 1 contrast ratio. You will see in this video that numbers can be deceiving if you just do normal standard tests. Real world images and videos are more helpful to help you make an awesome buying decision. In this video, I will be showing the M28U's local dimming versus the LG 27GP950's local dimming. And before we begin the video, I do have both monitors at 100% brightness with contrast levels right before the clip point, and I have them on the most vivid preset I can get the monitors to look, making it look beautiful and saturated, but not too crazy. But for this video, we're really looking at the local dimming power and how different it is from each of them, the contrast ratio, and how that affects the image, and response times with the UFO test and the ratings test and brightness. Those are the main things I want to cover in this video. In future videos, I will cover other features, but contrast ratio is the main point of this video. The first thing I want to say here is both monitors have extreme value in what they offer for the price point. Here you can see how amazing the M28U's local dimming is working. Look at the drastic difference versus the LG 27GP950's panel. It is crazy, it is night and day. That is both with local dimming on, and just to show you that the LG 27GP950's local dimming is on, what I have noticed, look at this, at full screen, the bottom part of the screen with that line, you can see that is what affects the local dimming. Once that goes away, the normal local dimming kicks in. So if there is anything on the screen, the local dimming won't activate. It has to be pitch black. As you can see here, this looks like a very beautiful contrasty image. And if you saw my GN versus GP video, I did tell you that the GP's local dimming is more spread out and less pinpoint than the GN's more accurate, bright local dimming. And there's more evidence of that here versus the M28U. Here with the Aorus FV43U in the background, testing here reflections. Look how glossy the Aorus is versus the M28U's matte finish and the glossier LG's finish. So showing the reflections here on these three panels, but you can see the amazing contrast levels on the M28U with local dimming on. Versus LG's panel with local dimming on, you can see in the bottom part of the screen, the local dimming is not activated because there is a blue line at the bottom. While the M28U's local dimming is kicking in, the M28U almost looks like a VA panel. Let me pause the video so you can see. The LG 27GP950's brightness elevates the picture to a whole nother level. You can see right here at the bottom where the trees are, there is much more information on the LG. Remember, this is at the maximum of both panels' brightness power, and the LG takes the win easily right here. Contrast levels on the M28U are amazing, but this is the brightest you can get this picture. The LG's picture is super bright and contrasty, but not as much as the M28U. The thing is with these monitors is that if you don't put your brightness at 100% like I do, the M28U is more than enough. I would say, for example, right now, if you have your monitor settings at 50 or below, the M28U would give you the best bang for your buck, as if you don't need that extra brightness, why pay for it? The M28U is an amazing monitor, but there is one issue with local dimming. I just want to state this is on firmware F03. There is a new F06 firmware that I will test once I'm able to update, but as soon as it's available, I will update this monitor and retest this section coming up. So let me tell you scene by scene what is happening with the M28U's local dimming. Did you see that? Did you see her nose? Look at her nose right here. This is not a contrast issue. This is not a brightness issue. This is a local dimming issue on the M28U. When there is a transition, it seems that the local dimming is trying to pump out and shoot out a lot of brightness, and it gets muddy, it gets blended in, and then it fixes itself. I've only been able to do this on local dimming. I've tried it with lower contrast, higher contrast, lower brightness. everything comes out the same. It's a local dimming issue on the M28U. As you can see, the LG is perfect when it's transitioning. You could see her nose, everything is super clear. I thought there was a glitch or something, and I'm like, what's wrong with her nose? I tested every single option on the M28U, and the end result was that the local dimming off removed that issue. But here we go again with the M28U's amazing local dimming power. This thing looks like a VA panel. I mean, this black equalizer is amazing on this panel. On the new G7 and on the M28U, black equalizer is amazing and beats the LG every single time I see it. Here with the camera, you can see on the left side, it is brighter on the GP. But look at the bottom of the camera, you can see the brightness of the GP version. It is way brighter. And again, I am telling you, if you look in your settings of your monitor right now, if you don't have it above 50, get the M28U, you're good to go. Look at this amazing contrast. Look at this amazing side-by-side. The M28U is amazing. And remember, the M28U is at 100% brightness. The GP is also at 100, but if you lower the brightness of the GP, it still doesn't even get to the contrast levels of the M28U's local dimming power. You can see the M28U's local dimming turn on and off up there. It's really nice. It's really easy on the eyes, while the LG's doesn't even turn off because there is a little bit of white on the screen. Here showing you the menus of each monitor so you could see, just so you can get an idea of how I had it. The thing is, these monitors are so amazing. Look at those shoes, look at the skin tone, look at the shimmer of her dress, look at the background. Everything is amazing on both panels. If you just had one, you're good to go. You're not going to complain. The thing is, this is a versus video, and I do have to point out what I'm seeing. The LG usually wins in everything against the M28U except local dimming power that you can easily see in this video. The local dimming is amazing. I keep on saying it. It does look like a VA panel, and it's just this fast, and we will get to that right now. So I'm going to show you here both ratings.com's refresh rates at max hertz on the M28U versus the LG's max, and 60 Hz on the M28U versus LG's 60 Hz. And this is my UFO test from my camera. They look super similar. You can see top-notch quality on both IPS panels. The M28U gives the LG GP a run for its money. Here is what you came for, and this is the main point of this video. Now, local dimming is off on the M28U while it is on the GP. You can easily see the local dimming is working on the GP as there is nothing on the left and right side. But do you want to see some magic? Check this out. Boom. That just blew my mind. I hope that just blew your mind. You could see the IPS glow up top. This is an IPS panel, but look at that amazing local dimming power. Now remember, I did higher the ISO of the camera so you could better see the local dimming power. Look at this. The LG is sloppy, while the M28U's is way tighter. But look at the M28U. It just turned on. It's really slow. There is no setting to make it faster. This is what happens on the M28U. And you might find those little glitches here and there on the M28U. And that's the same with SDR and HDR. But the local dimming on the M28U shows a lot more contrast, and I am a lot happier with that picture on the M28U. But rounding up the video, if you don't keep this full blast at 100%, the M28U is more than enough monitor for you. To get the LG, you need to pay about $300 extra for that brightness. Why pay for that if you're not going to use it? I love my GP. If you're going to ask me which one would I get, I would still get my GP. I love LG Nano technology. I love that brightness. And let's just say, for example, the contrast ratio is even lesser than what you're seeing right now. Just for example, I always have ambient light with my IPS panels. I need that brightness to shine through that ambient light. So any contrast levels that look wrong will be easily fixed, as my perceived contrast ratio will be better with ambient lighting. And that's for all IPS panels. So I prefer to have the brightness power there than not have it. And that's the reason why I love the GP as the brightness power in SDR mode. And I'm not telling you which one to get. I'm just showing you the information that I have that I've been able to find. And I hope this helps you make an awesome buying decision. But please leave a comment down below if you have any questions. I will get to them as soon as possible. Many more videos, many more versus videos between these two monitors, among other ones, especially the new Samsung G7 28-inch 4K monitor coming very soon. That is going to be a fun three-way video. So friends, if you found this video helpful, please leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to turn on that notification bell so you never miss out on a future M28U or 27GP950 video. I'll see you guys next time.